The Buffalo Bills will win the Super Bowl, guarantee. Hey, hey, let's go Buffalo. Now we're talking. I love it. I grew up in Rochester, New York. Bills Mafia runs deep in upstate and western New York, so I started following them early on, and I got through the dark days, and now they have a great team, and they're really exciting to watch. We're just missing that Super Bowl. We're close. The community in Rochester and Buffalo is one and the same. We love our sports, and we have a lot of pride in the sport teams. So it's just fun to follow those guys, and it's cool to watch them have so much success. Go Bills. Come on.
All right, Ernie, welcome to Buffalo Plus. How about that? Because we're going to talk Bills, but we got to talk baseball because you've been kind of busy. Right now, what has this experience in total been for you and really your family and everybody around you?
Yeah, it's been so special. I keep using that word because to me, I don't even know how else to describe it. It's what I've worked so hard for, and I play this game because I love my teammates, and I just want to win. So it's been extremely fulfilling for all the hard work that I've put in over the course of my career. So it's been really, really fun.
I know you don't focus in the past, right? You can't in baseball. And I'm sure if it did not go well, you would be trying to forget about what didn't go well and just focus on the next thing. Is it difficult to forget about what did go well so you can focus on the next thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to reflect at times. All the failures are so important to learn from. I think that's something that I've definitely learned. I failed more than anybody in this game, and I've been DFA'd twice. I've been released. It took a long time to finally find a home in Toronto. So I've learned from all those failures, and I've really grown, I think, as a human being, and not just a baseball player. So I've taken all those failures and learned from them, and no matter how this whole thing ends up, it's a great learning experience. It's valuable. Playoff baseball is the highest level of baseball you're going to find. So it's something that I'm definitely going to cherish and learn from it no matter how it goes.
You played a lot of baseball. You've been in a lot of games. You've played everywhere. Was playoff baseball nerve-wracking? I mean, how did you feel stepping on the field? Did it feel different?
Honestly, it's when you look around and you see the crowds, and there's 45,000 people yelling at you. It is different, but once the game starts, it's been kind of the same. I feel a lot of similarities to how I felt when we were playing in the College World Series in Omaha during my time at Virginia, where once you get out there, the game is the same, and you're prepared, you're equipped to handle all the pressures of it, and I've just enjoyed it. I haven't really felt a whole lot of nerves. It's just been fun. I've just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're into the series now. It'll be Seattle. It's that you're playing now in the ALCS. But back to the Yankees. I know you grew up a Yankees fan, and to feel that for certainly in Toronto, you hit the 2-run homer. You have the great series, and to win it in Yankee Stadium. Did you just look around and go, "This is a little surreal"?
Yeah, there was a few times where I caught myself kind of looking out and just looking around and just kind of being in awe, and then having to kind of reel it in and lock back in. But I was a huge Yankees fan, and we've had some really cool games against them all year. So just to do it against a division rival and a really, really good team was it was so cool. And Yankee Stadium's is a special place. I think it's not easy to get it done there.
Okay, so I have to bring in Buffalo Plus's own Dan Fates. Dan. Here's his question.
Hey, Ernie, Dan Fates here from Buffalo Plus. Big fan. I don't know if you remember, we went golfing that one time. That was sweet. Thanks again for always texting me back after your big games. Sorry I couldn't be there for the interview today. I'm actually at Powers Farm Market with the family doing some fall activities. My question for you is, obviously everything that happened the last few weeks has been awesome. Between SVP, John Schmaltz, and Fox, all that stuff, maybe what was the most surreal moment in understanding the concept that the job's not finished yet? Thanks, Ernie.
Wow, yeah, I'd recognize that those corn stalks anywhere, man. The maize over there or whatever they got. I haven't been there since I was a kid, but I think I got to get back there at some point this fall. Powers Farm Market, that's awesome. I don't know. I think honestly, it's getting to do all this with my teammates, and we've been through so many ups and downs all season, and I've gotten so close with everybody. I mean, we spend every day together. We spend 10 hours a day together. And the failures, the losses, the trying to just figure out what the best way to go about it as a team. We finally figured out, a good formula for us as a group, and it's just been so fun going to war with these guys, and then jumping around on the pitcher's mound at Yankee Stadium after we won the series, and getting back into the clubhouse and popping champagne, and just every step of the way, it's been so cool to celebrate our successes, because a lot of people are like, why are you popping bottles of champagne and celebrating, and you haven't won anything yet? And it's like, I just think it's so important to celebrate those small victories. That's part of baseball, and how special it is great to share with those guys. I love this team so much.
You said your failures, which, you're a major leaguer. So failures are at a high level, but you started in Cleveland and you mentioned that, and then you end up short time with the A's, and you come back to Western New York. And then I know it's hard work, and I know you did a lot. You played with the Bisons. You end up with Toronto. Isn't it fitting for you that it clicked when you came back to Western New York?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was one of the best seasons I've ever had, just in terms of, I got to play for the first time in a few years. I got to play every single day in Buffalo. And when I signed with Toronto, one of the main reasons I did is because they told me I was going to be able to play, 4 or 5 times a week, where I wasn't really promised any playing time anywhere else, even though it was just in AAA. It was kind of I had a lot of confidence in myself, but I wasn't really getting a lot of opportunity to play every day, obviously, in the big leagues in Cleveland or Oakland. So, yeah, I just wanted to take advantage of, getting to play and getting to back on the field and playing the game I love, which I hadn't really gotten to do a whole lot. So, it started in Buffalo, and, I got a lot of confidence that season, and, I got to help those guys in 2023 get to the playoffs a little bit. But it was the beginning of me just gaining a ton of confidence.
All right, so now we'll continue with the Buffalo Plus team. It's Jenna's turn. Here we go.
Hey, Ernie, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you also for golfing with Dan. He's mentioned that a couple times. And also thank you for texting back, Dan, because I think that means more than you know. It's been really cool to watch all this success. I know the job is not done, but for me, my question is, I know you're a huge Bills fan. Just what has the response been from Bills Mafia, and also just here in Rochester, the Brighton community, the Rochester community? What's it been like to have all their support? All right, we'll keep cheering you on. Good luck.
Yeah, we got to get Dan back on the golf course as soon as possible. But we got a couple of more weeks before we can do that. He's the best. The support is amazing. But yeah, the Bills Mafia it runs deep in Toronto. I've actually, at a couple games last winter, I saw some Blue Jays fans, and believe it or not, they recognized me, and we were just chopping it up, talking Bills, and it's so cool. I've loved the Bills for a long time, and I got to go on the field last year and kind of just watch them warm up, and it's created some cool opportunities. But I think I'll always be, just a grinder, sitting in the 300 level and, kind of grinding out that tough weather. That's in the blood.
What's your best memory? I mean, that had to be cool. I think it was the Denver game, right? The playoff game when you were down on the field. That had to be great for you. But, there was a lot of lean years. Even though you're young, there's still, the lean years, and then it's gotten better. What's it been like to be a Bills fan now? And what do you think back? Like, what was that moment that you remember the most leading up to this success?
Yeah, you gotta grind through the tough times. It makes the good ones that much sweeter. Yeah, I actually remember. Josh Allen's rookie year, and I watched him play. He only started a few games, but I was just watching him play, and I'm like, this guy is just a playmaker, and he's a grinder. Like, obviously the arm talent was there, but you just watched him make plays, and they won a couple games while he started. And I'm like, I really like this guy. This guy's gonna be a good player. I did not know he was gonna turn into, like, a future MVP, and but you could tell that the will was there and that he just wanted to win. And he loved putting the body on the line, which I can relate to a little bit. But yeah, I just remember thinking, all right, we finally hit on one of these draft picks. Let's get it rolling.
When you're playing, and now you're into deep into October here, and the Bills are playing like a September game, and it's going on. I'm always wondering this, like, are you aware of what's going on? Do you block it out? Do people yell to you, Ernie, their Bills are up 20? Like, what goes on if it was a regular Sunday and you're in Toronto playing? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, well, a lot of times our games on Sundays were 1:30. So, I wouldn't really get to watch the beginning of the game, but I'd always run back in and have, one of the security guys, or there's a couple Bills guys who work for MLB that kind of monitor the clubhouse for us, and they're giving me updates throughout the game. So I'm keeping up. I haven't really gotten to watch a whole lot of games though. Like, I'm dying to actually watch what we're doing, because all I get to do is see the scores while we're playing. But and I think even the Monday night game that's coming up, I think we're playing it right around the same time. But we might have an earlier game, so hopefully I'll get to watch that. But yeah, I have people constantly filling me in on how the boys are doing.
The shout song, when did that start for you? And what's that been like?
2023, and while I was playing in Buffalo, I made that my walk up. And that caught on pretty quickly, and I started getting a bunch of hits while I had it. So I'm like, all right, I kind of have to keep this going. But I think everybody in Toronto likes it, and they don't want me to change it. So I've had
it's working.
I've had some success with it. So I'm gonna keep the shout song going.
Yeah, I would think sometimes, a guy comes to a city or an area, like even in Buffalo, and like, oh, I'm gonna support the Bills and all. But your Mafia runs deep with you, right? So tailgating, all that stuff, was that part of Ernie's growing up in Western New York?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go to a ton of games until probably the last couple of years, since I've had falls and winters pretty much free, and I've lived in Rochester in the off season, so I've been going to more and more games, which is great. But back in the day, I'd roll out of bed, watch the 1:00 game on CBS against the Jets or whatever, and I just remember watching every game. So yeah, I've been a fan for a long time.
Do you know Josh at all? Have you gotten to talk to him?
No, never met him.
What do you think when you mentioned him, what he is then? And here's what I wanted to ask you. You are very deferential to your teammates. I understand all that. But you watch Josh as a fan, and you're like, this makes me thrilled when I watch it. I'm assuming, right? When you see him make a play, Kansas City runs it in the end zone, right? You are watching fully as a fan. Can you give us one moment here that people were looking at you that way in the playoffs? Like, you make a play, you're a Blue Jays fan. It's like, Ernie did that and people react. I'm not telling you to call yourself Josh Allen. I'm just saying is the way you feel as a fan is the way other people feel watching you and your
Yeah,
teammates play.
I'm no Josh Allen, that's for sure.
How about on the
I mean,
golf course though?
no,
Can you
it's wild. It's wild. Once in a while I take a step back and just realize that, I'm like I'm playing on TV. I don't even like obviously you don't realize it in the moment. I'm literally in my own world out there, and then I get all these texts after the game, and I'm like, wow, people are like watching the game. And uh, the other night after the Yankee series was just wild. So the support was crazy. I got a million texts, and people were just so nice, and it means a lot. It really does. But it's been super cool.
I was looking at social media after the series, and random Yankee fans are going, who the F is this Ernie Clement guy? That has to make you feel awesome when that's
I
the
love
case,
it.
right?
I love it. I love it. It's so cool. Seeing like they have like their podcasts and stuff, and they're whatever. They're people who watch the games live, and they're like, who is this guy? Like, why is he just killing us? And I just chuckle. It's so funny.
You played hockey. I know you're outstanding golfer. You played everything. Football for you ever?
Yeah, I played my freshman year.
What
My freshman
position?
year of high school. I was running back and wide receiver. They kind of just threw me wherever. It's pretty fitting considering what I do on the baseball field is kind of just play wherever they need me.
All right. So after the trade dedeadline and they were looking, they could use a little help at corner. Ernie, give them some snaps.
Whatever. Yeah. I could lock somebody down if they needed me to.
All right. I'll give you a chance to say it. I know you've said it other times. You've said it in interviews. First of all, what do you think of this team, the Bills team currently, and where do you think it's going this year? And obviously, what do you want to see happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think we keep saying it every year. We need a Super Bowl, or we need to at least get there. It's so tough to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Obviously, they're amazing, and the Ravens are floundering a little bit. They got some injuries, but honestly, I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to break through. I just have so much fun watching their team. Like the Bills are so fun to watch to me. Like they're such a team. It's such a team oriented culture there, and you can just tell by the way they play. So even if I wasn't from Buffalo or from Rochester and cheered for the Bills, I would enjoy watching them. So, yeah, we'll be following closely. I think they break through. I think it's finally our year.
So wouldn't that be something? Blue Jays World Championship, followed by a Bills Super Bowl. That'd be a pretty good Ernie Clement year, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
Awesome. Ernie, thanks very much. I know you're busy. You got everything going on. We appreciate you stopping by, talking baseball, obviously, and talking a little Bills football.
Go Bills, baby. Thanks for having me.